bottom left. A superhuman. Able to do what no one else can with Zerg.
I'm NesTea.
No, you're not. Bitch. I think she's NesTea. That's NesTea. All right. NesTea, such a solid player. Getting in the zone. Now, he's got to not be happy about that last loss. He knows he cannot afford any mistakes from here on out. In the upper right, the underdog, Arterin, his ID.
Pixel AST.
So tasteless.
Yeah.
I have this theory. And you know how people say, you know, there's all these alternate realities perhaps, you know, like what is this really that we're in? We can only perceive certain
like
things.
Like different universes, like
yeah,
micro,
all sorts of
bubbles
things.
or whatever.
And you know what? I've come to this theory that actually we all live inside of NesTea's dream.
What?
I feel like NesTea is actually taking a nap somewhere, and inside his infinitely complex brain, he has created all of us. Think about all of your memories, everything that's ever happened to you. He dreamt all that for you, for me, for over 6 billion people on this planet, the entire history of Earth. This is how quickly his brain works, that he made all this, but it's actually all about him. When he wakes up, we will all cease to exist. We have never existed. It's all actually NesTea's singular dream. That's my theory on reality, on this reality.
I think you might be right. I think it's a cat nap he took when he dreamt the...
Well, the thing is, he's going to wake up, and then it's all going to be as if none of this ever happened. So, guys, live your life bravely while NesTea is still asleep.
He had the crazy stream last night that he was a Starcraft 2 pro gamer.
I know. He's going to wake up and be like, yeah, I know. It was pretty intricate.
He won't remember us in that part of the dream, though. All right, so...
He remembers everything.
Maybe.
Silly.
In a dream world. He'll only remember the part where he was flying around, battling stuff. Can you fly in your dreams?
Sometimes. Normally I'm falling upwards, though.
You're falling upwards?
Yeah, no, seriously. I have crazy dreams, man.
I have dreams. If I get to the point where I get lucid in my dreams, I can just, like, concentrate and, like, I start to float up.
That's awesome.
Then I'm like, and I just shoot off, fly everywhere.
Wow. Really good.
You can read books about that, man. I read books about lucid dreaming. I do it all the time.
I should read one.
You should.
I wouldn't mind to be able to
spend one third of your life dreaming. You might as well be lucid dreaming.
I was actually like tormented by terrible dreams for as a child.
Yeah.
Not like night terrors, but like I had bad dreams all the time. It was really scary. I like was scared of going to sleep half the time.
It's okay. Now you have your stuff tasteless you sleep with.
My mother actually like taught me how to like become in control of my dreams.
Yeah, become lucid.
So back when I was a kid in like first, second grade and stuff, I could lucid dream and control everything that happened.
Yeah, you got to practice
But then I like lost my fear of it or whatever, and lost how to do it.
He's doing it all in.
Well, yeah, he's going for mass Hellions off of 2 reactors. Very smart move to do against NesTea. You know, you got to do something crazy because if you try to play normal, NesTea just destroys you. I mean, he's the best player in the world. MVP.
Well, here's what's going to happen, guys. As Artos said, mass Hellions. If it doesn't work, it's not going to develop well for the Terran into the late game. If it does work, NesTea is going to go out, and NesTea will be pissed. NesTea's head might explode. You want to know a trick, Artos, if you want to lucid dream?
What?
Is ask yourself 4 times a day. I'm totally serious. You guys try it at home. You'll thank me later on Twitter. You ask yourself 4 times a day if you're dreaming. Say, am I dreaming?
I don't want to do that right now, just in case I am, because I'm watching an NesTea game, and that's normally what I dream about anyway.
And then what you do is you look up for writing on the wall, read the writing, turn your head, look away, and then look back, because over 70 to 80% of the time in dreams, if you look at the writing on a wall or in a book, and then you turn your face and look back, the writing will be different.
Wow.
And then when you know you're in a dream, you say, stay calm, I'm in a dream, don't wake up, and you start having a lucid dream.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. Now, we have more and more Hellions. Do you know the number of Hellions that you want to have when you come out? Is it like a dozen or something?
It's like literally just as many as you can. You'll feel the timing if you actually do this build quite a bit. Where you're like, okay, you know, I have like 11 Hellions right now or 12 Hellions right now. It's time to go. And in fact, NesTea already has 2 spines. He's making an unbelievable amount of drones right now. Oh my God, is he drone hard.
He's actually getting what is it, greedy. I almost said for a second, for some reason I almost said he's getting dirty, and then I'm like, no, that's not what he's doing. Why did I say that?
Well, you know what? AST, dude, he's him drone.
He's hating. You know, I think NesTea might be in trouble, Artosis. I mean, he's got a macro hatch up and a ton of drones, a spy crawler, and here we go.
All right, this is...
When will NesTea see? When will NesTea
He's not going to see it for a long time, and that's going to make it a lot harder to actually hold. He's making even more drones. In fact, he's being so greedy right now. He's going to go up to 54 drones, but he does have 2 spines. That's a huge help. And there we go.
Oh, my God.
NesTea right now is freaking out, man. And he's got to trap him for as long as he possibly can. The 2 spine crawlers doing a great deal of damage.
He needs more and more Zerglings here.
Oh, man, he's going to get into the main. Beautiful move by NesTea. Get in the middle of the ramp and hold position on that queen at the last second.
The queen is still there. He needs to get more lings out. He's running out of time.
Yeah,
the queen
really is.
runs up to the high ground and is burnt
Does
down.
not have the creep connected. This is why I'm always harping on that. All right, so he's got to split these drones up as best he can.
Really nice splitting, but isn't really enough. Look at this. The queen is going to go down.
A lot of damage, but how many drones has he actually lost? He's lost 10. He had an insane drone advantage. Well, that's still pretty bad. 47 drones to 33 SCVs right now. So, I mean, NesTea is not completely dead.
He can still do this, guys.
There are banelings in play now.
Microing back. I believe he has more Hellions. Correct, Artosis? We've been watching this the entire time.
He does have 10 more Hellions already.
Okay, so he can actually go to round 2. Ding the bell. The Hellions are ready.
Well, he's making some more Banes. You got to keep at least 1 or 2 of those Banes on top of that ramp, though, NesTea. Be careful, sir. Be careful, my Mr. T.
Says, don't talk to me that way, Artosis, and just kills you. Squashes your head like a queen.
He would never kill me. I am the first monk of NesTea, man. If he made a religion.
You're like that crazy. You're the guy, the religious guy, like in who's like, bring out the NesTea, and you sacrifice the virgin, and then NesTea comes out like a god and just kills you. And before he destroys all of his followers.
I'm that guy. Yeah.
That's you, man.
All right, this is getting pretty brutal, man. I'm not gonna lie, this is getting pretty brutal. NesTea just trying to buy time for these banelings.
You know what? He's
holding
stalling
on.
out. I mean,
he is making a lot more lings. The thing is, as NesTea's finding out with this Overseer, that ASD actually has a really great economy back home. I mean, he's got great production facilities, 2 factories, which means banelings are going to be hard to use, as siege tanks are going to be everywhere.
he's going straight for the Spire.
Yeah.
NesTea does have enough gas to get about 6 to 7 Mutalisks out right the very moment it finishes.
One thing to note is we don't see an armory. Normally, when you do a build like this, you're going to throw up an armory as well, so that you can get some Thors out to help stem the tide of Mutalisks. But he hasn't done that. So that's going to be one thing working for NesTea.
Very nice by NesTea, taking out all those Hellions. Don't you touch that creep.
Things are going to get out of there, man.
So, what we're waiting on right now is the second half of SC's rush. The first half worked enough. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat today. The first half worked enough, but the real question is, will the second half work? The push that's meant to kill NesTea, the one that's engineered to end the game at a very specific point in time.
That's right. Well, he's definitely going to have the siege tanks take out banelings. NesTea is not getting burrow. That's something used very often on this map.
He may suspect the Terran is going to scan anyways.
Yeah, and that would actually not be stupid. Of course, ASD has watched every NesTea game before this match, and he knows that, especially on this map, NesTea is going to use a ton of burrowed banelings, so to skip that would be pretty smart, as he's taken a lot of damage already. He's lost 12 drones this game, which is pretty painful. 59 drones against 52 SCVs at the moment. Good creep spread. Third base on the way. And a lot of this is going to come down to what damage can be done with the Mutalisks, how long can he keep ASD in the base with the Mutalisks, etc.
All right, the macro hatch is up here, and here's the push we've been talking about.
This is pretty scary.
We're going to figure out who's going to win this game pretty quickly. Rightfully so, the Mutalisks now flying in here, trying to pull that Terran army back, but guess what? ASD is not going to bite. He's moving in now.
No, he's going for it, man. He's going to get into an insanely good position. 36 Lings on the way for NesTea.
But Zergling's not as strong in this position. He can't quite get a surround.
But we will We'll see. The Mutas look like they're coming home. He's getting ready to try to bust this. He does have Baneling speed. A lot of Banelings on the way. 16 Banelings, 16 Zerglings being produced right now. We have 0-0 upgrades on our Terran player. 1-0 on Zerg with a +1 carapace on the way. But he's got to be careful. Oh! He just took some Baneling hits right there. The Siege Tank killed 5 Banes. It's pretty bad.
What he can do with the Mutalisks is try to cut off reinforcements.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that's what he should do in this case.
And
I don't think the Terran should push down this direction. He should push down the path just to the left of it.
And here we go. He catches them on Siege. This could be brutal, Tasteless.
He's taking out a lot of these siege tanks. Banelings hitting them. And I think NesTea's done it. Tonight. Oh, sick, man. But the
Don't
game
ever
isn't over
wake
yet.
up, NesTea. Don't ever wake up.
Am I dreaming? I guess not. This is actually reality.
That was especially nerdy and Tasteless. I love that.
Thank you.
I am tickled. All right, so we have +2 melee on the way. There are 1-1 Lings and Banes against 0-0 Marines. Still not upgrading, just making 9 Marines and 2 tanks at a time is ASD. This is pretty all-in-ish. His main is running out of patches. Of course, this push is going to be more strong than a similar push we'd see on this map before the changes in this map. It is more mineral patches at his natural. But still, NesTea has to feel really good. He's got 84 drones against 51 SCVs. Everything's looking pretty good for Professor T.
All right, so he's going to push out again, but I think AAC is probably a little bit shocked that first push did not work out as well.
And the tanks aren't sieged. Here comes some Banes.
But not a lot of them. 1 or 2 targeting down of them. And actually, I don't know if that was as effective as it should have been.
Well, he does kill the siege tanks off, and that's super, super important. That's going to allow his newer Banelings to do way more damage. He is making more Lings as well.
All right, he's in his opponent's turf. Marines that are trying to reinforce will be picked up, and this is going to be the fundamental problem here for the Terran, as he can never get an army bigger than this over here. Nice shooting, nice target firing.
Well, we do have NesTea continuing to pick off what he can with his mutas. He's really tearing apart ASD right now. This is looking really good. ASD is doing a good job of getting his reinforcements down there, because if he keeps sending them into the mutas, obviously he'll just lose. But those Marines have already stemmed once, and oh my god, here he goes! These Banelings, he's going to have to connect with as many as possible. NesTea has to get out of there.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
That was just enough. He could actually kill that with his mutas, I think.
His mutas could actually go in and kill this right now. I don't think he's completely sure about it, especially considering he has a couple pumpkin mutas and 2 red mutas as well. He's got to be very careful because, you do 1 false engagement with mutas and you can actually lose the game. So NesTea is being completely careful at the moment. And in fact, his +2 melee attack is going to finish pretty quickly here, at which point Zerglings and Banelings are going to become way too powerful against these 0-0 units of ASD.
Nice shooting there. Making that ramp not really accessible. NesTea hungry to expand again. What? All right, I guess he's just going to do it all in. No, excuse me. They didn't see the command center over there.
Look at that.
I did not see that. Okay, we did not get a shot of that.
I was thinking that would be a funny time to send SCVs
like 1 or 2 Banelings just blow him up, and NesTea's like, all right, I guess. I don't know.
No matter what people do against NesTea, that's basically what he says. He's
yeah,
like, really?
Like, all right.
Okay.
He's like, well, I'm the best player in the world, and he says it like with a question mark, and then he's like, I'm the best player in the world with an exclamation point.
I think more of a period. He doesn't get excited about being the best player because this is actually simple for him.
Not until he almost loses the game. Oh, Overlord, you have so much more to live for. Well, you can see that ASD is sort of at a loss as to how he's supposed to move around on this map, where whenever he gets too far out, NesTea just punishes him.
Well, it looks like NesTea just says, time to go in and give you units. Gives him about 15 supply there. Very kind of him.
That's how fast siege tanks do damage. Oh,
look at that.
Look at that. NesTea, like...
Stim does wear off. He's got to be careful with those. Oh, my God. OMG, Tasteless. We have a max NesTea against 126 ASD. ASD just started his +1 attack. We have +2 for mutas going when they already have 1 armor as well. 2-1 for all his melee units.
The Marines... trying to guard all these locations. NesTea actually moving his Mutalisks in a very intentional pattern. He wants to keep those Marines on the move.
Yeah, and he wants to try to force a stim as well. If he gets a stim out, I mean, where are the medevacs, Stasis? Starport just finished. There's no Medivacs out.
Did he stim again there? Oh, that's going to be annoying if he tears down those rocks.
Oh, that's true. We do have a 4th base up for NesTea. Starting to defend everything and tech up a little bit more, getting his infestation pit. Very, very smart move.
Oh my god, that was such a good snipe. 1 muta for 1 tank at this point in time. Totally worth it. Another scan comes down.
Tasteless, try to tell me that watching NesTea play isn't life-changing.
It is totally life-changing.
It is.
Man.
It's like...
It's actually inspiring.
One of the most beautiful things you can see.
This guy
Tasteless.
actually had so many drones melted by Hellions and lost Queens, and he's like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, he's totally okay.
He's like the guy that like gets thrown out of a car window.
Oh, that was...
Oh!
And oh my god, NesTea actually kind of falling apart for a second here. But does it matter?
No. Taking out all those units. The expansion now vulnerable. As I said, NesTea, the guy who's like thrown out of a car window in a car accident and just gets up. He's like, ow! Brushes the glass up. And I'm like, are you okay? Oh my god. He's like,
dude, if
no,
he gets...
I mean, it's just, ow, you know, my head. I kind of bumped it.
I know, man.
I'm like, do you need medicine? You need a doctor? He's like, no, it's, people need to learn how to drive, man. Jeez. And then he just goes and he punches his car back into shape. He punches the dents in it, punches the tire back in there.
That's exactly what he
Oh
does.
my god,
Tightens it with the lug nuts with his fingers. All right, so he's going to absolutely decimate this expansion. Actually, not decimate, much worse.
Desecrate.
Desecrate it.
All right, the expansion's gone. ASD is not going to win this game, guys.
No, he is not. Well, he never was. He never was. I mean, Ness teased him early on, letting him think he might by letting him kill 12 drones and some queens.
That's how he does
and
it.
Zerglings. But NesTea, like, is a human that can't be stopped. You know, all the medevacs just constantly have no energy.
Yeah, well, you know, he stimmed so much and got medevacs so late. And this is why NesTea is so scary. For a little bit, I thought, gosh, NesTea might actually lose, but with this much of the map, with these Mutalisks denying any movement or any reinforcements, any regrouping, NesTea's like, oh, well, I don't care.
Yeah, he's got 2-1. His upgrades are vastly superior. ASD looks like he wants to kill that bottom right. He might if NesTea decides not to save it, which it looks like he might not. But his mutas over at ASD's base are killing absolutely everything.
Yeah, I think what he actually wants to do is just kill off depots and production facilities because he knows that...
ASD actually isn't mining.
Yeah, he has no money.
It's pretty bad, I have to say. NesTea is just making units at home, getting ready to just crush that army. He knows the game is his. He's just doing so in the safest way possible.
Oh, this is sort of sad to see ASD in the state. He's like got this like little secret squad. He's like, all right, you can do this.
We can do this,
NesTea like laughs harder than Jabba the Hutt. He's like, then he hits a button and he has to go to, what is that thing? The Sarlacc pit?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow,
so
you're
this
good,
is
man.
The Sarlacc pit.
GG. ASD into the round of
picks
48
up a frog
of
and eats it like Jabba the Hutt too.
That's right. And then Han Solo comes and he just eats Han Solo as well. And then Leia, he eats Leia and Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett.
And then he freezes SC and Carbonite to eat him later.
And then he
does.
Yeah, that's it, Tasteless. He's everything, man. You know what else he is? For those of you who aren't Star Wars guys, we can do Star Trek too. He's the Borg, man. He's the whole Borg cube. That's what he is. You know that alien race, like the one with the number from like Deep Space Nine or something, or Voyager, maybe it was, that could kill the Borg? Like they're all bionic,
and if he was,
they're all bio or whatever.
If he was Fifth Element,
he's them too.
He'd be that blue alien that's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But then she like dies, and you take the.
She's like, the cubes are in me, and he's like, in you. He like digs into her body.
Yeah.
He digs her stomach. I always think like, what if that she was speaking in metaphor?
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty disgusting.
Like, I would have dug in and be
like going through.
I just mutilated a dead body. Like I'd be like, I need to wash my hands. Like,
well, I definitely wash my hands. But NesTea actually would cut himself open, give you the piece, and then just heal. You just heal right up.
He just close himself up like a Ziploc bag. He just like push that stuff together.
He goes like that. He's got the zip and everything.
He's got the little colored strips on it, so he knows that it's actually sealed because it turns purple.
He's one of the expensive Ziploc bags. The one.
We're gonna have a 5-minute break, and when we get back, we're gonna have Lucira up against NesTea. So stay tuned.
Incomplete in your puzzle, cause he fits better with you.